Long before I was born, my mother lived in a small village in the heart of the vast rugged mountains of Balochistan, Pakistan's largest province. Everywhere you looked, there were dry, tall mountains, dotted with wild shrubs and pink flowers. Many tribes call this land home, including mine, the Brahwi, who have been part of it for nearly 5,000 years. Balochistan is a vast, colorful, and largely unpopulated land with a beautiful coast that boasts one of the greatest natural ports in the world, one coveted by many governments through history. Vast blue sky envelops valleys, villages, and towns. The people are shepherds, farmers, homesteaders, and local entrepreneurs. They cling to their traditions with their hearts and to their honor with pride. Noor Jahan means light of the world. True to her name, my mother grew to be an indigenous girl with a big heart and a spirit full of wonder, faith, and immense love for her tribe. She was the third of 9 children, and like many children in her village, she became an adult at a very young age. Most children are given only the first 2 years for infancy, then 3 years to learn to be responsible. Around the age of 7 or 8, children get busy helping their parents with daily chores, taking care of other younger siblings, and in the case of boys, sometimes even earning income for the family. Taking on adult responsibilities makes the majority of children look like adults. Oftentimes, they're betrothed to be married at the first trace of puberty. For my mother, that transition from childhood to adulthood was not easy. As a free spirit, she found it hard not to run around with the wind. But responsibilities soon started to tie her down. By the age of 3, she was helping her mother in the house. By the time she was 8, she was practically managing the home on her own. Every morning when my Ballamma, literally big mother or grandmother, crossed the small stream that flowed near their mud haveli, the traditional family compound, to the vegetable fields to help my grandfather plant new seeds or harvest, it was my mother who swept the kitchen and washed the dishes while squatting on the dirt floor. She dunked a rag into the ashes from the previous night's wood and scrubbed every pot and steel plate until her little arms ached. She rinsed the dishes in a clean bowl of water, then placed them in a metal basket to dry, eventually lining up the clean pots and pans neatly on the wooden shelf that my Ballabba grandfather had built from a tree he once chopped. Then she swept the dirt floor with a hand broom made of dried date leaves, crouching to brush the compacted earth as if shooing away a mouse, until the dirt floor lay perfectly smooth and flawless. Finally, after she completed all these chores, she picked up her younger sister Lal Bibi, just a toddler at the time, and walked to the fields to meet her mother so she could nurse the baby. Although Noor Jahan was an obedient child, she was also adventurous and sometimes impatient. Unhappy with her endless chores, she tried to finish them as quickly as possible so she could run off to the trees and find her friends. Sometimes she had to bathe the baby before taking her to nurse with her mother, and if the baby cried too hard, she would secretly pinch her on the arm to make her stop. Life was hard for everyone, and it was never too early to learn that. Despite the hardships, Noor Jahan had an infectious humor, boundless positivity, and a sense of possibility. She wanted to run, she wanted to do things that made her feel free. While other girls in the village played with dolls and performed weddings with them, my mother climbed up the old pomegranate tree in the yard of the mud haveli. When the wind blew dirt and the soft scent of the fresh spring water, she would climb higher and pretend to be on top of the world, the fragrant breeze licking her little face. She played fittu, hopscotch, with her friends, making marks on the ground and jumping in them without touching the lines. As the sun set every night, she sat with her siblings and parents, listening to the stories of wild animals that her father or uncle had encountered, wonder filling every part of her and stars filling the sky over her head. Then one summer day, when my mother was 9 years old, everything changed forever.